Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to this video, guys. My name is Liaquat. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We are going through Mukhtasar al-Qudoori. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, hit the like button, subscribe, and put it in the comments as well. Right, so let's crack on with this series then. Let's have a bit of my tea. So, in a'taqa, it means to free, emancipate. Rahin, we know what that is. Rahan, we know what that is. We've been talking about it in the past few lessons. Murtahin, the person who has taken the rahan. Nafadha, it means to become executed. Executed. Itquhu, freedom. Rahin is the individual who has given the rahan. Musir, it means rich. That's what came before as well. Someone who's rich. Dain is a debt. Halan, it means cash, immediate. Tuliba, it means to be demanded. Yeah, from the word talaba yatlubu. Ada, to pay. Dain is the debt. In kana muajjalan, it means deferred. Akhadha minhu qimata, qima's value. Ju'ilat rahnan makan. Yahullu ad-dain. So hala yahullu, it means to mature or to occur. In kana rahin mu'siran, mu'sir means poor. Istas'a, it means to work. From the word sa'i, sin ayniyah. Okay, so sa'i. And then you have, so let's go to that. Al-abd is the slave. Qima is the market value. Yarji' Mawla is master. A lot of these words you guys are familiar with. Istahlaka, it means to use or destroy. Use or destroy. Rahin is the one that's given rahan. Ajnabi, a third person. Murtahin is the person who's taken the rahan. Khasam, it means the disputed one. Disputed one. Fi tadminihi, tadmin means to compensate. Okay, compensate. Rahan jinaya, it means some sort of a bodily. So someone who has inflicted harm. To inflict harm. Apologies for my throat. Ala rahni madmuna jinayatu. Okay, jinaya again. Tasqutu drops. Dain, the debt. And then the rest of the words seem to be quite straightforward. And hadar means to be void. To be void. Right, so let's do a bit of tarkeeb now. You guys like tarkeeb, so let's do tarkeeb. In a'taqa ar-rahinu abd ar-rahni maful bihi. So fa'il. And that's the maful bihi بغير إذن المرتهن مضاف مضاف إليه. نفذ إطقه. فإن كان الراهن. راهن is the ism of kana. موسر is khabar. والدين حالا. So حالا is the ataf. So that's all similar to this one. Sifa, ism, and khabar. Tuliba. So tuliba is basically the majhul sigha bi ada id-daini in kana muajjalan. Muajjalan. Akhadha minhu qimat al-abdi. Maf'ul bihi faju'ilat. Ju'ilat. Majhul. Rahnan. It will be made as a rahan. Makanahu. Hatta yahulla. Supposed to be yahulla. The fatha. الدين وإن كان الراهن معسرا خبر. استسعى is a فعل ماضي. استسعى يستسعي. العبد في قيمته فقضى به دينه ثم يرجع العبد على المولى. وكذلك إذا استهلك الراهن الرهن استفاعل مفعول به. إن استهلكه أجنبي. So the fa'il of istahlaka. فالمرتهن هو المبتدأ and خصم is the خبر في تضمينه فيأخذ القيمة فيكون القيمة رهنا خبر في يده وجناية new sentence الراهن على الرهن مضمونة خبر أو جناية وجناية المرتهن عليه تسقط من دينه بقدرها وجناية الرهن على الراهن وعلى المرتهن وعلى مالهما هدر. This is خبر. Okay, so the first masla over here, break down the maslas for you. So first of all you have, this is the first masla. وَإِنْ أَتَقَ الرَّاهِنُ عَبْدُ بِغَيْرِ إِذْنِ مُرْتَهٍ نَفَذَ إِتْقُهُ. That's the first masla. Second masla, إِنْ كَانَ الرَّاهِنُ مُوسِرًا وَالدَّيْنُ حَالًا طُولِبَ بِأَدَاءِ الدَّيْنِ وإن كان مؤجلا أخذ منه قيمة العبد فجعلت رهنا مكانه حتى يحل الدين. Okay, that's, and then وإن كان الراهن معسرا. Actually, what's the point of doing this? It's going over the whole text. Actually, let me just highlight for you. So you got one masla there, and these are two sub masalas. Right, so one masla is there. Okay, إذا استهلك الراهن الرهن, and the second masla. إن استهلك أجنبي, that's the third masla, and جناية الراهن, fourth masla, and جناية الرهن, fifth masla. That's easier, isn't it? Much easier. Okay, let's get rid of all that. So, first of all, let's have a look at what's happening over here. So, let's say, for example, this guy has purchased a laptop of this guy, and this guy doesn't have the money, so this guy becomes a rahin. This guy is the murtahin. He's demanding a rahan. So the guy says, okay, I'll give you a rahan. What should I give you? I'll give you my car keys. Okay, so I'll give you my car keys. This is now the rahan. Okay, so this is if it's a car. Okay, but what if this was actually a slave? So let's make him into a slave. So he's actually given his slave to him as a rahan. So the rahin has gone now and he's actually killed. He's actually shot an arrow and now this guy has dead. So this is supposed to be blood coming out of him. Yeah, he's died. So now because he's killed this rahan which was in the possession of the murtahin, what's going to happen now? So he says, in a'taqa ar-rahin, actually not killed, freed, isn't it? It's freed, but killing also will apply to it as well. Okay, but this is freed. So let's just change that then, guys. So he has freed the slave. To free. So this guy has now gone and freed the slave. So what happens over here? So will that freedom happen? In a'taqa ar-rahin, if the rahin was to free Abd al-Rahan, remember the slave belongs to him anyway, بغير إذن المرتهن, without the permission of the murtahin, نفذ إتقه, the freedom will happen. It'll become effective, executed. فإن كان الراهن. So now we look at the rahin, the state of the rahin now. So there's two scenarios in the state of the rahin. Either the rahin is rich or the rahin is poor. Yeah. So it says, in كان الراهن, if the rahin is rich, this one. وَالدَّيْنُ حَالًا. وَالدَّيْنُ حَالًا means that the time has ended now. Right. So the dain is hal. Let me write this down here. Dain is due. Yeah, it's due. The debt is due. طُولِبَ بِأَدَاءِ الدَّيْن. He will be demanded to pay over. This guy will say, give me the dain. Yeah, let's put a little angry face on him. Give me the dain. I want the dain. Yeah. So, وَإِنْ كَانَ مُؤَجَّلًا. However, if the debt is not due now, it's actually some time is left. So there's still time left. Then what? So let's say there's 1 month left. إن كان مؤجلا أخذ منه قيمة العبد. Then if there's time left, this guy, the murtahin, will now take the value of the slave that he's freed. Right, so he's going to, let's say, for example, this slave, the value of this slave was, I don't know, how much was it? Let's say £2,000. So now that £2,000 is going to become like the new rahan now. It's like taken the place of the old Rahn. So this is new Rahn. Alright. So he says, فَجُعِلَتْ رَحْنًا, this £2,000 will be made into the new Rahn, مَكَانَهُ, in place of the old one. حَتَّى يَحُلَّ الدَّيْنِ, until the due date of the debt comes. Right, so however much time is left, let's say a month left. Okay, now this is if he is rich, isn't it? What if he's poor though? On the other hand, if he's poor. So if he is poor, كَانَ مُوسِرًا. Yeah, then what's going to happen is, according to Imam Abu Hanifa, you're going to make the slave work. Yeah, slave has to work himself to get the money. So the slave is worth 2,000, so he has to work and earn 2k, basically. So he says, وَإِنْ كَانَ الرَّاهِنُ مُعْسِرًا, poor, اسْتَسْعَى الْعَبْدُ, the slave will now work, فِي قِيمَتِهِ, in regards to his price, فَقَضَى بِهِ دَيْنَهُ, and he's going to pay off the debt. Then the slave will now claim from the guy. He's going to claim this money from this guy, the Rahn. He's going to get that money back. Okay, because it's not the slave's fault. So ثُمَّ يَرْجِعَ الْعَبْدُ عَلَى الْمَوْلَى, then the slave is going to get a recompense from the Mawla. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so next masla. وَكَذَا إِذَا اسْتَهْلَكَ الرَّاهِنُ الرَّهْنَ. This was the initial one that I said. Remember that shooting one? Yeah, so I kind of jumped the gun there, but now you understand. So, petition. That's supposed to be my gun sound. Petition. Blood's coming out. He's died. Same thing happens over there. So, same scenario. Either he's rich or either he's poor. If he's rich and the date is due, he's got to pay the money. If the time is still left, he's got to replace that slave with its value and then wait till the date comes. And if he's poor, he's going to make the slave work and then reclaim. Okay, so that's basically وَكَذَلِكَ إِذَا اسْتَهْلَكَ الرَّاهِنُ الرَّهْنَ. Likewise, when the Rahin, he uses or he destroys the Rahn. Yeah, destroys it. Okay, so what if a third person destroys it though? Yeah. So let's bring another guy in this case. This guy. Let's give him a strange. This is the third person. Call him the ajnabi. Ajnabi means like a person who's not associated with this deal. So this third person, he kills him. What if he was to go and kill him? Right? So he's the killer. Killed the slave, destroyed it. Then what's going to happen? So what's going to happen is the Rahin will now make the Murtahin pay compensation. So he's going to compensate. Okay, so compensation is going to come from him. He is responsible, because it was in his care that this happened. So just because a third person done it, it doesn't mean he gets away free. So this is why he says, وَإِنْ إِسْتَهْلَكَهُ أَجْنَبِيٌّ. So this ajnabi guy, third person, he kills him. فَالْمُرْتَهِنْ هُوَ الْخَصَمْ فِي تَضْمِينِهِ. The murtahin will be taken to court to pay compensation. Then فَيَأْخُذْ الْقِيمَةَ. Now he will take the qima, that qima that he's got to pay the compensation, and he's going to put that compensation in place of the slave now. Right, so basically this guy is going to put this in place. Yeah, he's going to put that in place. Compensation. Alright, so this is why he said, فَيَكُونَ الْقِيمَةُ رَحْنًا فِي يَدِهِ, in his hand. That compensation is going to be in his hand. When this guy pays off for the laptop, then he gets the money back, or whatever. So that's basically all of this now. It's a bit long, but let me just quickly summarize it for you guys. So this guy Rahin, right? So Mr. Rahin, he has basically done a deal, bought a laptop off this Murtahin guy, and he doesn't have the money, so he wants a Rahan. So the guy gives a slave. What basically happens is that he frees the slave or he kills the slave. Then he is the one that has to go and replace that slave with something else. And if a third person kills him, then the Murtahin is responsible, right? And he just puts the compensation money as that. Okay, all right. Straightforward. Let's do the last one then. Alright, so now he says Jinayatul Rahin. So let's say, for example, this is the Rahin, this is the Murtahin. So, for example, like, let's say it's a, I don't know, what is it? Is it a horse? Let's just say it's a horse. It's supposed to be a horse. Yeah, so this is the Rahan. Now, either the Rahin is gonna kill the horse or cause damage, or the Murtahin is gonna cause the damage, or the Rahan is gonna cause damage to one of these two guys. So what happens in each case? So he says, Jinayatul Rahin, if the Rahin causes the damages, yeah, so he causes the damages to the Rahan, ala Rahan mazmunatun, this will be considered to be compensated. Yeah. So in other words, the Rahin would then have to obviously go and replace the horse with some money, okay, and then that's going to be a temporary Rahan. And wa jinayatul murtahin, the jinaya of the murtahin alayhi tasqut min daynihi, the jinaya of the murtahin will drop from the debt biqadriha, according to its amount. So if this guy causes damage to the Rahan, then according to how much damage he's caused, that's going to be deducted. Yeah, deducted from the amount. Right. So if the laptop is £1,000 and the horse is 500, then it's going to be minus 500, for example. Okay. And what if the Rahan does a damage? What if the Rahan does a damage? So he says, وَجِنَايَةُ الرَّحَنْ عَلَى الرَّاحِنِ وَعَلَى الْمُرْتَهِنِ. So the jinayat of the Rahan on the Rahin and on the Murtahin, some crazy horse, وَعَلَى مَالِهِمَا, and even on their property, their wealth. Right, so let's say the horse damages the Murtahin's car or his house or the Rahin's. This is considered to be void. No one is responsible. Yeah, so no one is responsible for that. Khalas, that's it, guys. So, right, let's have a look at some questions. Very straightforward masala today. And generally, like I said, Rahan is a chapter a lot of students find it very hard to understand what's happening, but alhamdulillah, inshallah, you should be able to. And let me know in the comments as well if I have made it easy for you guys to understand. And if there's any questions you guys don't understand, please let me know as well. So, okay, question. If the Rahin was to kill or was to free the slave, the Rahan slave, what happens in this situation? So in this situation, you look, is the Rahin rich or is he poor? If he's rich, then you look at the date. Is the date due for the debt? If it is, then he's got to pay. And if it's not, then he's got to replace it with its value. And that's going to be kept until the debt is due. And if he's poor, the slave is going to be made to work. He's going to pay off the Murtahin, and then he's going to reclaim that money from the Rahin. Okay, so this is straightforward. And if a third person was to kill the slave or harm them in any way, the Murtahin is fully responsible for that, and he's going to make the compensation a replacement for the Rahan. Okay, right, next. And what happens when Rahin damages the Rahan, or the Murtahin damages the Rahan, or even the Rahan damages both of them? So we said, if the Rahin does it, he's responsible. And if the Murtahin does it, then it's going to drop from the debt accordingly. And if the Rahan does it, then no one's responsible. And that's it, guys. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Let me know what you guys think of this lesson, if you guys enjoyed it. And also, thank you to all my patrons as well for your beautiful support. May Allah bless all of you guys. It means a lot to me, you guys out there. You know, many of you guys, I haven't even met you guys. And mashallah, you guys have so much love for my channel, so much love for me. May Allah keep you guys happy and put barakah in your lives and remove harms and difficulties and problems that you're going through. If anyone else wants to become patron, support my channel, please consider it. It means a lot to me. Details in the description below. And just one little note. Those of you guys who are studying Qudoori, I would definitely recommend to start studying something like al-Lubab on side. To read it yourself. Or if you look at the back of there, I've got a book called Fiqh al-Hanafi wa adillatuhu. Fiqh al-Hanafi wa adillatuhu. You can get it online, PDF, and just read through this section. And trust me, it will make so much sense, honestly. It's just going to open up fiqh for you, inshallah. And that's it, guys. Have a blessed week, and I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.